weapon that is formed against me shall prosper. When tyranny is down, revolution becomes the order. No, no. It was back at square one where they want us to be. I wasn't born to be captured, man, got to be free. No, no. I never worry about the stress and the tension. I was born a singing sensation, forever singing praises to His Majesty. Now the evil that men do won't break me down, no, no, no. Through the blessings and love of the Most I am rooted and ground. There is no care for the new world order, only the grace and the love of our Father. Judgment has come, justice will chant them down where they can't make a sound. It was there at square one where the people pray, where the walls and the hills and the mountains came tumbling down. Now the forces of evil are rush me, but their fraudulent minions can't touch me, because the conquering lion Tafari will mash them down, put them on the ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are at Emancipation Park. Today is a spiritual day, and we are gathering. We are gathering, and we are gathering. All the icons are here today. I see Dancehall Queen, Colin Smith over there. Colin, what has been going through your mind, Colin? I know you have to be here as a leader. What's going through your thought? Our children are dying.
Boy, I can't see how my country has gotten to this point where we're slashing 8-year-olds throat and throwing them like garbage. Something has to be done. Something has to stop. You cowards out there, you're not bad man, you're not coward, you're not punk, you're not a P word, you're not a back. Okay? It's sickening. See my daughter there, Crystal? I want her children to be able to walk free in my country like I did. Come on guys, we have to get together and stop this. Violence against children, violence against nobody, but especially the young. Our future, what future are we gonna have? Where you say we're gonna stop my daughter's generation? Is that where we want Jamaica to go? Not accepting it, not accepting it. And I say, I'd rather die for something than live for nothing. It's alright, while I'm here.
Imagine you're suffering immensely because your sister is ill as we speak.
Yes,
but you still find the time to show concern for your nation. That's why we love you so much, Colleen.
Yes, because I have to put my country first. This is where I live. This is where I want to die. This is where I want to put my old age. This is where my ground is. And so I have to stand for my country and my people. This one Naga just got on like the others. Luckily, Bobby Smith, they reach out and I'm here.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bobby Smith, you have made us laugh so many times, and today we are crying and you're standing in solidarity with us. Why are you here? I know the answers, but please tell the world how you feel at this particular time.
I have 6 children, 3 boys, 3 girls. All of them, the last one is just about to cross into adulthood. He's to become 18 shortly. And just when I thought, okay, take my hand off of the steering wheel, everything is good. One of them blessed me with a grandchild, less than a month old. So now I have to wonder, and my eldest son announced to me last week, another one on the way. What am I leaving for them? Technically, what have I left that I can say my grandchildren can grow up safe? Young Miss Rowe never made double figures, will never know what it's like to graduate, will never know what it's like to sit in a high school and look forward to being who she wanted to be. Because somebody that emerged from the pit of hell decided to practice their behavior on her. What could a child of that age do that to deserve that?
Bob, you know what touches the core of my heart? I read in the newspaper that when Sudine Mason went to the Bustamante Hospital and she viewed the lifeless body of her daughter Danielle, she saw dry tears on her cheeks. That means she died crying. That in itself tells me that we're at the pit of hell and we can't stay home. We must come out and let our presence be felt.
Yes. And if you don't come out today, come out tomorrow. Come out the day afterwards. Come out! Because the problem is, by all accounts, a woman took her away. Not, as you say, a cold, heartless man. A woman who's supposed to have the gift of bringing a child into this world would cut an innocent's throat like a goat kid. Where are we? Where are we? We have been inoculated with apathy. We now have people sitting now probably watching this saying, good for me, I tell them my yard, you know, nobody come look
None
for
of our
me.
concerns.
We have national heroes that a lot of them we praise for their revolutionary behavior. So now we as lambs to the slaughter have become nothing more than fodder to the next slaughterhouse. Okay, so mess with me, but leave my children alone.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Smith, one of the organizers of this event. Tanya Stevens.
Morning.
I love you so much. I love the work that you've been doing for us musically. You're an ambassador all over the world.
Thank you.
You're here on the ground. What is going through your mind at this particular time, Tanya?
Boy, I'm confused. And I've been confused about things like this for a while. I just not understand. I don't understand how we got here. I don't understand how we became so comfortable here. You know, when you talk about these things, sometimes when I talk about the crime in Jamaica, people say, but this is a place you have crime. That have nothing to do with we. Like how we got to this point where we make excuses for crime and get comfortable with crime. And boy, my nose is standing here. It's not a single act will solve that problem, but standing here is a expression of my commitment to whatever we have to do together, because this is a national problem. This is not the parents' problem, that one little girl, and all our kids need to be protected from all of us. So we're there as a show of my contribution to the solution, however I can.
Standing here, Tanya, you don't know how much that means to the rest of Jamaica. I happened to meet a little 6-year-old girl's mother. Her name is Shanika Anderson. She's on my chest right now. She was murdered 18 years ago. If the measures were put in place even before that, preventive measures, then we wouldn't be standing here possibly talking about Danielle Rowe. Because the next perpetrator would have known that if you touch one of we foot in them, a hell and powder house. What do you have to say about the puny laws that they have in the books?
But it's not just the puny laws, you know, it's the unwillingness
to enforce
of the unwillingness of the justice system and by extension the population, because it is us who have this culture of silence. It is us who have this culture of you can't, you know, snitch, and we accommodate and we propagate the kind of behaviors will lead to this, and we are doing it, you know, man, and we are doing it, man. And the moment we decide so we don't want it up no more, we will stop enable it, we will stop empower it. With conversation need for change. With conversation need for change, and may I beg with every day change the conversation. The small conversations that you have where you think it innocent and harmless, it breed the kind of mindset will lead to these kind of things. So when you see one little picnic, do one little act will look small to you, and you laugh and you think it's cute, no, you create one future perpetrator of worse things, because it all begins somewhere. Nobody no get up one day and just be one murderer. It starts from somewhere. Nobody no get up one day and be one serial killer or one pedophile. No start from the first act of pedophilia. The grooming where that pedophile they get to become a pedophile start long time. So with conversations, they really need for change. And it need for change in our house. When you think in the privacy of your house and you pick them out here, you still do damage to your own kids. So the conversation have to change, and we have to stop being hypocrite and stop pretend and change for real. You can't fool the universe. This way out there, so you can't trick it. A dog is a dog, a snake is a snake, one murderer. If you even stand up in the midst of all of the most important people and you're a murderer, you're still a murderer. If your picture in the paper and everybody applaud you and celebrate you, you are still a murderer. So we have to stop this thing where we feel like some people exempt from being held accountable and you can't call certain people name, otherwise you violate. Yeah, we have to stop that, because once you create a loophole in the law, once you create one loophole in accountability and taking responsibility, the loophole where you create, everybody are going to use it. So it means that we have to stop being hypocrite and hold we self-accountable. We need to create the society where we say we want. Otherwise, we have to stop chat then, man. Because the society where we say we want, the work, the activity where we are doing, it is a bill. It don't make no sense to out there so plant a bag of orange seed and then I tell me say it's a mango farm you plant. If an orange seed you out there put on an orange you go get. You not get no mango. So we have to get past with hypocrisy. We are one very hypocritical nation. And
yes,
of course people are going to vex when we say that, but whether you vex or me say it or not, the fact still remains. We're not hypocritical. We need to get past that. We have to change all of them something, and it needs to start from somewhere. First step, make it late, but better late than never. Make
Exactly.
we start.
I'm so happy to see you as one of the front runners of the music fraternity that has not just spoken from behind the cameras, because I watch you and watch your blog many a times. You don't just speak from behind the cameras. Today you're here, live in living colors, in the sun, trying to do your little part, Tanya Stephen, which is so much. Your final thoughts and a way forward?
Boy, this is going to take a lot of work. We can't unrealistically expect we just get up a man and the place just change and perfect. It's all take work and we can't shirk for any work. We have to do it all the way, and we have to go do it together. We're going to need more than we will gather here, so. We need more people. Where are the people? More people that camp out and wait for donut shop to open.
Exactly.
More people that camp out and wait for them diabetes to kick in and then cholesterol to climb through the roof, and more people camp out and wait for stroke and heart attack. Then we out there so wait to clean up the place. Like I saw we for them. I mean, I try to tell nobody how to live them life, but may I say, if we really want the world, we claim so we want, then we have to do something to get it. It's not going to happen. World not just happening now, we build them. So we need to do the work. People, we have to get together and do it.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, dancehall, reggae music has spoken. The epitome.
Speak on behalf of reggae.
On behalf of the music.
For those who agree.
Exactly.
I may not share my views, but yeah,
Who cares? Who cares? You're my queen. I love you so much. Continue to work assiduously as you've been working and keep up the struggle.
Yes.
Dancehall queen and the queen of dancehall. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are at Emancipation Park, as you know. We're gathering. The numbers are small, but we're still gathering. Gathering because we know we're here for a reason. Gathering because we know it is a must. Gathering because we know that if we don't gather, if we don't come out in our thousands, if we don't do what must be done, if we do not make a loud noise, if we do not speak with one voice, then our children, our nation is lost. We're gathering, and we're gathering, ladies and gentlemen. Numbers are small, but we're moving right along. Moving right along so that the police department don't have to work. Moving right along so that our citizens can be safe. Moving right along because our people need each other. Our people need divine intervention. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Our numbers are important because these powers that be need to see numbers. They're only comfortable when they see numbers. And that is what we represent here today, numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, Emancipation Park, June 13, 2023. Numbers is what we see, and numbers is very important. Look at these placards. Look at what they're reading. it is important, ladies and gentlemen, for us to rise up as a nation of people and let our voice be heard. Let our voice be heard, because if we don't even come out, we don't have to say anything. Keep your mouth shut, but at least come out and be counted. Hallelujah. Be counted, because it is important for us to let our voice be heard. Do not corrupt our children. God is watching. This sign that you're carrying is very important to our children and our nation. What makes you come out here today? Others are afraid to, but here you are.
This is God's business, it's God's purpose, and as the placard said it all, that's why I'm here.
A lot of our children have been murdered for many, many years. As you see on my chest, I'm wearing some of their pictures, but there's so much that I would need thousands of space to wear, but I just carry those that are very, very prominent. If you look to the left, you'll see the Cocoa Peace 5. Remember them in Clarendon? The family of 5 that was brutally murdered. If you look on top, you'll see Benjamin Bear that was run over by a garbage truck, left unattended in a basic school. If you look on my chest, you'll see Shanika Anderson, Tanya Francis, Shante Skyers, and Ananda Dean. Just a few of our children. What are your thoughts to people who can make a difference?
Thoughts on people who can make a difference. To just speak up and speak out. Speak up and speak out. No more silence, sitting back up home, relaxing. Come out and speak up. Let our voices be heard.
Thank you so much for talking to me. The journey continues, ladies and gentlemen, as we're here at Emancipation Park, letting our presence be felt.
Headline for the news was a mongrel dog died in Canada.
Them then disgusting. You know, come here to come try. You know, come here to come try right up here. Whatever it is. Hold a mirror up in front of you.
Something way more serious. And the headline on the paper was a mongrel dog.
Let me help you. Jamaica is a land where we look for sensationalism and bling. So media houses will vex to come on. Most media houses don't like him. You know why? Because he finds the point and he goes straight to the point. Whether you like it or not, you know what is happening? Standard media houses are in war with internet. So on a grab on, man bitten by dog is not news. But if you can find that man bite dog, oh Lord, front page. So what exactly is the problem? Let's work it out. The problem is we have become inoculated with apathy. An 8-year-old child had her neck cut like a goat. Yeah. And everybody is running around seeing what they can put on their page to get the most likes.
Why would I like for them to do the camera? It's just turn it around and
but then
how weak Jamaica is.
I've realized that they have not been doing the aggressive probing that I've started. Yeah. Because the mysteriously...
Let me help you. I've done this too long, on the photo. And what I've learned is not everything good for eat, good for talk. I can have a case that is going to go to court, jeopardize and compromise by trying to keep the media happy. So I say something in the media that a bright lawyer says, inadmissible, Your Honor. And I say, how you get away? He got away because you needed a headline.
Yeah. So Mr. Hold yourself accountable.
So the whole thing is, what are you covering? Yeah. So now let me bring you back. I shot a guy 4 times, headlines. A student got 9 ones in CSEC. Obituary page. So what happens? What happens is
to get the 9 subjects.
You're putting not a space. The positive needs to be put on the front page The negatives you can put anywhere, so let us search for the negatives. A youngster looking for some form of adoration or thing does something he knows will put him on the front page.
Yeah. And you guys never fail the criminal.
Oh Lord, you help
You
them
never
out.
do?
You help
So right now, if you can imagine me, then my feel comfortable, safe and secure, and the first time I find out that my loved one /is from phone front page. Disgusting.
But hear this now. All of a sudden, everybody has become an investigator. Everybody has become. I know what happened. The theories run back and forth, and you confuse everyone. And Jamaica is like, oh, he never got it, nearly got it.
And then suddenly cemented and done.
So let's go to the root of our problem.
Yes, because I
Chinese
was there.
telephone.
Let us go to the root of our problem. Jamaica is the largest remaining plantation on earth, undergoing the longest slave revolt in history. You wish me to say that again slowly?
Repeat that for me.
Jamaica is the largest plantation on earth, undergoing the longest slave revolt in history. That is why people are bleached for reach. What happens now is that you have failed, we have failed the children. We reach a stage where we don't even want them to realize the lie, so we cut them short early. We tell children, go to school, get an education, get qualification, and get a job. You're sending the child back to the plantation. Why don't you tell the child, go to school, get a qualification, get an education, and own something? Anyone in this country who is not of a particular hue, who wants to own their own thing, is regarded as problematic.
Turn it round and tell them. Yeah, your mother tell you that.
So the plantocracy has affected this nation for the past 60 years.
It has not affected, that's infected.
It is.
It
It is here.
How do we get ourselves from that?
Realize the difference between history and his story.
What is the difference between history and his story?
There's a saying, history belongs to those who write it. And some people write lies, but we believe it because it's said to be in a book.
And it makes us comfortable because people
We're looking for
people don't
someone to
want to be. Listen, the
looking for
truth
somebody to
is
blame.
uncomfortable, and most people are not. People don't have the psychological metal to deal with the truth.
I put it to you this way. There are people as we speak now who are dying to see people like me disappear because I have a problem. I am old with a good wind.
I will know them.
So you worry about the leaves on the ground. I know who plant the tree and I know who's been watering it.
Not the one that can speak the truth.
The truth needs no rehearsal.
That's what it is.
Look here, though.
Why you think people don't like you? You have a nasty, dirty habit of speaking the truth. And I've noticed watching you, I don't see any filters on you.
But the era that we're in Jamaica, we need filters at this time.
So some people cannot survive
We
without.
shouldn't have filters.
Because
We
if
shouldn't
they
have
don't,
filters.
what you will find out is you will start seeing the pock marks and the acne thing. You've heard of NIDS? Our current people suffer from DIDS. You know what that is? Delusional identity disorder.
Delusional
Identity disorder. Who I am on Monday. Who I am on Monday.
is different from who I'm on Tuesday.
There you
And
go.
who am I on Tuesday is different from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So today I lie and tomorrow I don't remember that I lied.
Or I accuse you of saying that I did.
Oh well, we gaslight each other all the time, and it starts from the top all the way down to the bottom.
Exactly.
And then the rest of us bully the rest of us to accept it. So when you even talk, you can't. You know what? Let me go back to you because I don't want it to seem as if it was a personal attack. We don't know each other, so it's not personal. But you represent the media, and the reason why you have to be called out is because you guys have been slacking for decades, but more so in the last few years, you really have fallen completely off. Untethered. Hold on. I know since internet over the last few years, then diving.
It is not the truth, it's what sells the
Them
paper.
dive away. So
This is a profit-making organization, which could mean that considering we are on Nutford Boulevard, they could say you are prostitutes. You cannot sell something simply to sell it. If you're selling it, it must carry a warranty. must tell people that what you are telling them can be taken to the bank, although these days you cannot worry about that. But here is the root of it all. Is it true? Is it applicable? Is it something that will uplift your people? Is it something that will stop people looking at you and saying, you're such a pretty girl for a black girl?
For a black girl, you see the message? For a black girl.
But look here, also the people who work at the media houses need to remember that there are people too, and everything that affects us, the environment what we create in a living life.
But it could be argued that remember that there are special interest groups and there are groups that see to it that the robot puss mouth to keep the stories off the radar, and it has been argued over the past few years that soft monies and special interest monies are bought out.
Maybe we need to neuter the post. Neuter the post.
And when neuter mean
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with the head of the transport fraternity, Egerton Newman, a man who has been working for many years assiduously. We've been on many marches, many protests, as far back as 2012. He has been doing the job not just to keep the taxi association safe, but the people of Jamaica safe. What are your thoughts today that you have to be here because of Danielle Rowe?
A very dark day, Big Stone. A very dark day for the country, and a dark day more so for the family, friends, students connected to little 8-year-old Danielle Rowe. And this is a straw that breaks the camel back. As you know, that the public transport sector has been accused and abused of many things. But we believe that there are thousands of people out there, many people, who are engaged in these habits, and we are saying nothing. When I look at your outfit just now and see the number of young children who has been gone missing, slain, brutalized, those who have been abused, by some of them by their own parents, we need to take a stand. The public transport sector is the eye and the ear of the world of Jamaica. We are in every nook and cranny. There are just under 40,000 of us, and we need to engage because we are parents too, we are brothers and we are sisters too. And so today I said to my colleagues, let's stand for something or else we fall for nothing. Let's come out and say we want to be a part of the solution rather than be a part of the problem. And so the sector decided that not just today, but we're going to put together, including yourself, Big Stone, a team of persons who will sit down as of today and work out a program of action so we can help to reduce, eliminate, wipe out carnage against our children. We have to do it. We must take a stand.
A lot of people have made comments on the videos that I've done about our children that the police department, the only focus is on the taxi men. You can find them everywhere, lean up in a corner, writing a ticket to a taxi man. Yes. But when our children really and truly need them, some of them cannot be found. What are your thoughts?
You know, this morning I expect to have a number of police officers out here, government personnel out here, teachers out here, but no, because we are a knee-jerk set of people. I would expect the police would want to garner the support of the taximen this morning, because we are out there, we carry the students in the back of the vehicle, you know, and we use a wave mirror. We can use a wave mirror to see exactly what is happening, the face, the action, the attitude of a child. Engage us in your planning process, and that's what we are asking for this month, to be engaged, to be a part of, because the child that will be slain tomorrow could be my own daughter, granddaughter, your sister, your brother. 40 taximen has been slain since the start of the year.
Wow.
We have heard of none in terms of the completion of a statement or anything at all. No report coming out. Every now and then a taximan gone missing, a taximan is slain, nobody say anything. But we believe we can be a part of the solution.
You know what really touches the core of my heart is that I don't see the love etched on most of our people anymore. Are they dramatized by the everyday happening of crime, murders, etc.?
They are dramatized.
Or they just fed up and say, well, boy, all I have to do is love myself. What do you think?
Let me tell you something. The social fabric of this country is gone. And therefore, whatever we see happen now, it is the whole issue of a family status gone, missing, wipe out. Expect anything, Big Stone. Expect any action tomorrow morning. What I'm saying, what the team is saying, how can we make a change? Because the social fabric of Jamaica. When a man can look at an 8-year-old going and slash her throat, something is wrong. The accident on the road that is taking place is because of a reduction in family life. You don't know what is happening in a family. When that youngster leaves home as a taxi man or as just an ordinary motorist, leave home and meet an accident, what caused that accident? Right? And so I am saying to you that we have lost the social fabric of this country. And the government can't put it back. We have to come together and reunite, reconnect the pieces to have a solution.
Thank you so much. One more thing I have to ask you before you go. I know you've been getting your phone calls to run your organization. Preventive measures. Yeah. What can be put in place? I must tell you,
it's our chaplain calling right now. He wants to know what's going on. But I just think, and I repeat myself, we can get things back together with a united force. Not a PMP, not a JLP, not a what we call UIC. People united together can make a change.
Thank you so much for talking to me. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, the head of the Taxi Association, Mr. Egerton Newman, coming here to pay his support to what is happening here in our country, Jamaica. Razor B, good day, my brother.
Good day, sir.
That was a great program last night, you and Andre. I watched it till the end.
Yeah.
And I saw your frustration, Razor.
Absolutely.
Of what is happening to our children. And I know you would have been here today. I've not seen you in a while. You're looking great. You're exercising and eating right. But what are your thoughts though, Razor, at this particular time?
Honestly, you know what I mean? I'm very frustrated. Very disappointed. You know what I mean? We're beyond angry now, so we just want justice, you know what I mean? Because it's really unfortunate if you know that you send your child to school and she don't make it over and he doesn't make it over based on a predator who decide to go to that school and murder a child. And the disappointment is, when I look around, should have been millions of Jamaicans out here. Millions. You understand? Hundreds of thousands protesting for this child. So we're going to wait until it reach at our front door before we start doing it. When I look at your shirt and I see there's 4 kids that we have lost.
Cocoa Peace 5 in Clarendon,
and then
remember?
5 more, which is make 9, another one make 10. How many more can we take? Are we going to lose our children to these monsters constantly? We have to take a step. Out here, you know what I mean? It's a peaceful protest. We're showing our solidarity.
Not from a political standpoint, but the Prime Minister said it has been 8 child so far this year that has been murdered. And it's about time we take drastic measures to remedy this situation. But I'm saying, what about the first child, the second, the third, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th?
Shouldn't get this far.
Plus the hundreds that have gone before. Where are the measures?
The thousands.
The thousands.
That's gone before.
Where are the measures?
You know what I mean? Jamaica, one of them. My artist friend, them, one of them. Selectors, one of them. Media, one of them. You know what I mean? People with kids, mothers, fathers, teachers, doctors, more police officers. Where are you? To stand in solidarity, stand as one. Because we're not fighting against each other. Seems like we are. Seems like we're fighting against each other when we're supposed to fight together to make a better man of this country. That's what we're all about. You understand? So, me they out here, I tell them, I have things to do. I have an interview, cancel an interview there. just to be here today.
You know what touches me though as a young entrepreneur?
Yeah.
And last night when you said you had to close your business because of pilfering,
yeah,
people not being honest, you have employed so many, and yet still they still try to take away from you.
100%.
And you said it bleeds your heart to know that, because you're doing well, you're a superstar, your records will always be sold, your concert will always be sold out. But what about them who are home now with the little chicken when I'm putting in a them bag?
Yeah.
Where is it now?
Where them there now?
Where them there now?
Yeah.
What do you say to Jamaica who don't want to build the infrastructure? Because remember 1961, John F. Kennedy said in America, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. What do you say, Razor B?
I think one of the things is that, you know, it's becomes greed. Them not the time and them not the patience for wait. So they want to take what doesn't belong to them. You understand? And when they get caught now, they realize, oh, when it's too late. Because that could have gone many different ways. That could have gone where you be in prison, you could get locked up. You understand? Anything could have gone that way. But now you're sitting at home. I am still doing great. But now you're out of a job. And then when the next company or that next business know that you're stealing while you're out of a job. You know what I mean? You're suffering, and now you start to blame the company, you start to blame other different people, you start to even blame the government. But who you supposed to blame? You're supposed to blame yourself because you're the thief. You understand? Be patient. You know what I mean? Because someone don't have the qualification and you still get hired. But one of the one who ruin their own self and ruin their own job and decide to blame the other person, then they go turn thief. And then you start blaming the police, and the police them arresting and locking up and start treating them brutally. You understand? So you see, by the end of the day, we don't need help. But who are going to help you know? Because we don't even want to help yourself. There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, international recording artist, my friend Razor B, out here in front of Emancipation Park, showing his support. Not just for Danielle Rowe, but for all the other children that has been murdered. Thank you so much, Mr. B.
No,
Hi, my name is Tanya. I am part of Up Jamaica. It's a national movement, and I'm also part of Kemra New, which is a Kemetic group that we're trying to develop a school for the inner city children in Jamaica, so we can start teach them ancestral knowledge.
Today is a historical day because we see a lot of people, a lot of influential people that normally wouldn't be on the streets, but they take their time out, like Tanya Stevens, Carleen Smith, Everton Newman and myself and so on.
Right.
Danielle Rowe, that case, how you feel about that
honestly,
happening now in 2023?
Any case that has to do with children, as a mother, it hurts and you're lost for words. But we realize we live in a time where the darkness it seems to be more prevalent than before. And Jamaica don't want to talk about the fact that we have a lot of lodges and Freemasons and a lot of people sacrificing children for the essence and because they're virgin and pure blood. And we need to raise the vibration in Jamaica again. Go back to the days where we had our morals and our principles, where we look out for each other and we cared for each other unconditionally, because that is all it's about, unconditional love.
The Prime Minister has said it is now our 8th child and drastic measures will be done. I beg to ask the question, so what happened when the first child died this year? The second child, the third child, the fourth child, the fifth, the sixth and the seventh? Why weren't measures done before when Shanika Anderson was murdered in 2005? And all the others, Ananda Dean, Tanya Francis, Shanti Skyers.
Because it is not beneficial to his PR tactics right now, so why would he care? Why would they care? Are they building the schools and giving the schools the necessary things? Are they paying the teachers? No? So why the Prime Minister is going to care? We have a puppet in power. That is all it is, and that's the truth.
We have seen only a few, in excess of about 50 people gathered here today. We know it wasn't sensitized enough because a lot of Jamaicans are peed up about what happened to not just Danielle Rowe, but what has been happening to our children, period. Are there future marches we can look forward to, and how can they tune in to know the dates and the time when these marches or protests are planned?
Well, where marches and protests are concerned, a lot of Jamaicans are afraid to come out because some of them are afraid to lose their jobs, and it's always all sort of excuse. But if I was going to do a protest, and we're being serious right here, just like how the government told us to turn on the yard during COVID, on turn on the yard for 1 week and watch the whole system collapse. That is all. Show them who have the power, we have the power. But again, I don't know if it's the 5G or who gets shot with the joke, but it look like say I bear clothes and robots we have at Jamaica right now because our fighting spirit dead, and the ones that have remained, our ancestors are still in us trying to fight. But we're calling on all light warriors right now.
Well, guess what? We go back to 90 of the Maroons, Paul Bogle, Sam Sharp, Marcus Garvey, and us here, the now generation of revolutionary, the Tanya Stevens, the Colin Smith, the Razor B, yourself, etc., 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 Egerton, Newman, because we're always on the battleground. We'll never be distracted, we'll never be persuaded, we'll never be afraid. What do you say now, 2023, to those people who are somewhat leery? What do you say to them?
Well, we are the ancestors now, so just look out for us, because the fight not done yet, and we still have the fighting spirit, and the fighting spirit passed on to the next generation. It's in our DNA, so it's never going to stop until we correct everything that is going on right now.
Thank you so much for talking to me. Just keep me in post with all the other plans. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are at Emancipation Park at the Stop the Violence Against Our Children and citizens of this country. Thank you.
All right.
No weapon that is formed against me shall prosper. When tyranny is our revolution becomes the order. Now, it was back at square one where they want us to be. I wasn't born to be captured, man, got to be free. Now, I never worry about the stress and the tension. I was born a singing sensation, forever singing praises to His Majesty. Now the evil that men do won't break me down, no. Through the blessings and love of the Most I am rooted and ground. There is no care for the new world order, only the grace and the love of our Father. Judgment has come, justice will shine.
How are you today, Angel? I'm great. I see you out here in front of Emancipation Park showing your solidarity for what has been happening to our children and our citizens. What are your thoughts today? You're decked out in white.
White, all white.
Which is mourning. A lot of people really don't know that. What are your thoughts going through your mind today?
I mean, at the end of the day, Jamaica wasn't like this, so I'm not sure what is causing all of this crime and violence against our youths, against our children. And I've been lobbying against it from, I sang We Can Survive. It's a song about crime and violence against women and children, and it went unnoticed. So I'm just saying that we don't need to turn a blind eye on these situations. If you know who the criminals are that's killing our women and children, identify them, point them out. You understand what I say? And like how we can talk against everything else, we need to talk against this. It's a big thing that's happening in our country, and not because that happened to you in your doorstep or your children, you're gonna turn a blind eye to it. Jamaica, we need to wake up. We need to wake up because we can't even sleep with the door open again. We need to wake up. You understand me? I said that little girl could have been the next prime minister. You understand me? I said, you're out our life so quick. And who you dirty man? Wish for you there. Jamaica need to find you. Because what I notice, whenever they speak ill about our government, which is them. When they talk about Andrew Holness, they find them in a heartbeat. Yeah. So somebody beat the dead at 8-year-old, find that person in a heartbeat. The justice system needs to find that person in a heartbeat, because when they talk about against the government, they find them in a heartbeat. So find the killer of the little girl in a heartbeat, and everybody else that lose them loved ones to violence like this. Women and children, we need to stop. So when we kill off all the women and people them, who are going to birth we? Someone are going to give birth now.
But the Prime Minister said, the Angel, that this is our 8th child since the beginning of this year and stricter measures.
This what we want?
The 8th child that has been murdered since the beginning of 2023, and now stricter measures are going to be placed on the book. But what happened?
Stricter measures like what?
To the first child, yeah. The second, the third, the fourth.
So the seventh one, seven people that prison then?
No, none of these cases are solved. No, none of these cases are solved.
So how we are going to solve it? We, the people of Jamaica, are going to solve it or what? We, the people of Jamaica, have to solve it. And that me say, you understand, the government can't solve this. It's not going to solve. I'm sorry, but we, the people of Jamaica, have to stick together, work together to alleviate crime and violence, especially against our women and children.
When I looked at the mother of Danielle Rowe, Sadine Mason, and she made a statement to the newspaper. She said when she went to look at her daughter's body, she saw dried tears on her face, which simply means she was crying even into death. What are your thoughts as a mother when you hear such wickedness on our children?
I heard Carlene said it earlier before I actually got here. The people did scared. She just scared and saying why this is happening to me. And as a mother, I can just imagine what the mother is going through. You can't imagine because that's her belly pain. So you can just imagine what the mother got through. Come on, Jamaica man, wake up man. We need to push out the man that will kill the little girl. Why? Why you kill her? Like, I just don't understand why. Why?
They're saying that their Jamaica
hard.
Eye has now released a photograph of a woman who actually went to pick up little Danielle Rowe. This is our learning institution. This is an institution where our children are supposed to be protected and feel safe. Yet still she was abducted, her throat was slashed, and she was thrown like a dog from a moving vehicle. Can you imagine the pain and the suffering she existed? What are your thoughts now to corrective measures? How we going to prevent this before it happens?
That's why the little girl was crying so much, because she really was scared of her life, and she knew, because at 8 years old she's a baby, so the little girl just knows she's going to lose her life, and she wonder how I'm going to, you know, how am I going to get through this? To me, we have to protect our children more. A lot of times I am on the road and see children coming from school. Some little babies by themselves. I'm like, oh, this happened. Aren't there somebody like a caregiver, a cousin, a family member, somebody in the community we can pick them up? So we have to be more vigilant with our kids. We have to be there for them more, going to school, picking them up, and know who picking them up. All these things, don't just left them up. I know that we as mothers have to work, you understand, to provide for our children. So in most cases, we're not there. But somebody after that, they forget them, because sometimes they're strolling by themselves going home, and then boom, they get abducted. So we have to be very vigilant, and us as Jamaica and the community, we have to work together more to protect the children.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Recording star, the angel.
And then the man them we are kill off the women. Them we have to just give them up. Ladies, we can't sit down and take them more beaten.
The angel, this is Jason Cross from The Observer. He wants to ask you a few questions. Go ahead, Jason. Take over.
Yeah. The angel. That's it. Come on, nice to see you. Alright, so you said a lot a while ago, so it's not much more applying pressure, right? What was the driving force that brought you out here this morning?
Well, I saw the gathering, and I know that as a mother, I must be a part of this. I'm a friend that called me, you know, Mrs. Arlene. So I said, no, they have to come out here, come share my views, share my thoughts, and just be a part of the whole thing, just showing solidarity, just connecting the system. We as Jamaicans, we as entertainers that people look up to, we say no to violence against women and children. We say, yo, I can't even know. I don't go justice to one for that man there. Straight. Jungle justice for that man that will kill little girl. And for all the other men that will kill our women and children, we say jungle justice too. No matter going to prison, go and taxpayer money. What deal with it harsh.
What if it comes out that that woman we're looking for now was the one who actually killed the little princess?
I mean, when we get to that road, we'll cross it. But I've never heard women killing like doing. I've never really heard of something like this, like other women acting on crime and violence against children and them own selves. I've never heard of it, so I don't know. I really don't know. And at the end of the day, for a woman to do this to a baby girl, I could not comprehend this. I could not comprehend this. I mean, that's a mad woman. and then Maduman can't drive. So who is that lady? I don't know. So we don't know. When no catch the lady there, people, but they will find out. Justice system will have to speak to her to find out if she's involved in it or what. I don't know. You understand? But we have to, we really have to get to the nitty-gritty and all of this situation that is happening. Basically, we have to protect our children. My son don't go nowhere by himself because I don't want to hear what if. My son is 16 and never will come today. Everything he's doing, I know. You understand? Worse when I'm a baby. If worse, I am there with my son every tick of the clock. Even if I'm 16, I am always there. So you have to just be there for your children more, be more vigilant. That's all. And as a community, Jamaica, we need to show more love. We need to stop it. We just need to stop it. We can't express enough love. We just need to stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are right in front of Emancipation Park. We're here with partner TV host, Andre Stevens. Andre, good to talk to me. Good to talk to you for the first time on Big Stone Television. When I watch your program, Andre, and we spoke about Danielle Rowe, you brought me to tears when you cried like a baby, when you saw videotapes of little Danielle playing, joking with her sister. What was going through your mind? You were so distraught. Share that with me.
The truth is, if you know me, you will know that I love children, I love elders. My best friend is my grandmother, and my close friends who are my heartbeat are those who are closest in different circles, and their children. When I came to the reality to have seen one of those who I really love, and that his or her throat slashed, lifeless on a bed, it brought me to that state of vulnerability, that state that it could have been my sibling, it could have been my niece, it could be my nephew, it could have been my cousins, it could have been somebody who is close to me. So I say that to say, I expect the response of Jamaica could have been, it could have been my child. So when I thought about what the father and the mother are going through at this time, little Danielle Rowe death, it brought me to that point of vulnerability. And I'm simply saying to Jamaica, I'm simply saying to Jamaica today, it could have been your daughter, it could have been your son, and that is why it has brought me to that state of vulnerability, and I won't stop advocating for those children, those who are most vulnerable, the elders, the grandma, the grandfathers, and all who's in Jamaica, who is at that space of vulnerability.
Investigative journalism is what you do. There are others out there, I don't even watch them, but I watch your channel a lot. As a matter of fact, your channel sometimes put me to bed. I put my earphone on and I listen to you until I fall asleep. Andre, where you get the strength, the energy to go on for 3 hours or more, for 6 days out of the week? I know the plight of the people concern you. I know Jamaica concern you. But how you do it? Even sometimes when you're sick.
The fire that is within me, the fire that is within the belly for a better Jamaica. If we could have 14 others, 20 others who had the fire and the passion that I had, it's being consistent in the responses of finding the truth. And many would argue that I'm not doing investigative journalism. Many would say that it's clout chasing. Many argue that there's nothing behind it. So my point is, show me the truth. If I am spreading propaganda, if I am telling lies, show the truth. And the truth is, the media in Jamaica is no longer doing that level of work and journalistic work where they're trying to find the truth. Danielle Rowe should be on the lips, on the headlines of every media house. Danielle Rowe should be on the houses of every media channel. And I'm not talking about 5 minutes or 2 minutes. I'm talking about having like a CNN, having like a NBC, having like a Fox kind of media that you can say to yourself, yes, we're following the cases, we're pinning from the point that she left. Who could, who this, who could that? But we are not putting in the context and putting in the questions. What could have possibly been? Who is this woman? Who is the woman to the child? Who in the family does this woman know? We as the media, we are not doing enough. And because we're not doing enough, because the media is not doing enough, it simply means that Jamaica is in a space where everything goes to file 13. We need to come from that kind of stereotype and that kind of issue where as the issue is brought up, it serves 3, 4, 5 days. Another big story come this track way and we get fallen off. We come off the agenda. I am saying to Jamaica, Miss Messam and Mr. Rowe needs to know who killed their child. Miss Messam and Mr. Rowe needs to know who killed their child. Many others in this country, all the children who have gone missing, their mothers and their fathers need closure. But there's not been a fulsome team in the Jamaica Constabulary Force that is dedicated to investigative work. The police force in this country is so much. Today they are consistent, tomorrow them all over the place. The consistencies in governance is why Jamaica is where it is today.
I beg to ask this question though. The Prime Minister made a statement and he said, Danielle Rowe is our 8th child murder this year. Strong measures now will be taken.
What are the strong measures?
I'm asking you, Andre. What happened when the first child was killed? The second, the third, the fourth, the fifth.
What are the strong measures?
That's what I'm asking.
I want to ask you. 8 children have died since the start of this year. Wouldn't a special task force be set up by the Jamaica Constabulary Force dedicated to investigating children murder? Wouldn't a special task force be set up for domestic violence or gender-based violence in this country if the government and the powers that be are serious about eradicating or reducing children violence and violence against women? I am tired of the talk shop in this country. I am tired of opposition and government speaking and the inconsistencies in their leadership begs to question Big Stone. Who is going to hold them accountable? The children, a few months ago we heard about what is happening in state care where pedophiles come to Jamaica and interacting with the state care. Is a task force set up to go and look into what is happening in the children's home in this country?
Oh my God.
Is a task force set up?
Hey, my God.
Who are asking the questions? Who are pressing them? You set up a new person to take away from Rosalie Gage Gray. Who is putting it and holding the new person to account? What is the system of accountability? We are talking about holding government to account. Who is holding the civil service to account? Who is holding all of these people to account? And at the end of the day, Jamaica I get messed up what they here. Them claims say, oh, the system was hacked. But I want to ask you this, Big Stone. The system is hacked. Has Jamaica I ever worked? Has Jamaica I ever worked? Can they prove to us where Jamaica I has been assisting in reducing or eradicating crime in this country? I want to ask you, Big Stone, can the Jamaica Constabulary Force prove to Jamaica which crime scene has Jamaica I have assisted in catching a criminal? Show me one! Show me one! One! If they can't show me one, I can't take back my talk. But they can't prove to this country that Jamaica I has ever worked.
Andre, I have to ask you again this question. You are master grade following every night. 10, 12, 15,000 people watch you all over the world. But where are they today? Most of them don't come out. What is happening? Are they drunk with the water, the food?
The
are
fear.
they afraid?
I'm going to say this to you.
They're afraid.
There is a fear in this country. There is a fear in this country that the moment you speak, you're on a cancel culture. You see, from me know so me start talk, I'm there on cancel culture, I just decide say, all right, me I go stand for something or die for something. But because Jamaicans are say, oh, me I go lose this, me I go lose that, I lost my restaurant. Yes. I lost families. I lost friends. But I've been consistent in this country because somebody has to stand up. Somebody has to do it. Somebody needs to keep the fire going. Somebody needs to keep the fire burning. I am telling you, Big Stone, people are fed up, but people are fearful. And I myself is vulnerable. You know why I'm vulnerable, Big Stone? I am weak. I am weak. I am weak because every day they expect me that at 8 o'clock I must be speaking about the agenda for the country. How many of them are supporting me? How many of them are saying, boy, Andre, we are going to put together this. Me a call upon the entertainers today. Me a call upon the entertainers. Me a say to you today, the angel and all on you. You have the power to change the narrative in this country. They have used it in France.
Yes, we do.
They used it in France.
Yes, we do.
The Enlightenment period in Europe was a system where writers came together and enlightened Europe. I am saying George Floyd, they get affected. And the police them do. I see people like Spice stand up. And people like Spice say, oh, but me not call out Spice, you know. But what me I say today is, where is the collective from the entertainment group? Carleen there, you there, Tanya there, Razor B there. But warm to Movado, warm to Popcorn, warm to Bounty, warm to Shansia, warm to all of the people them.
You know what them can do a live.
My point is, the advocacy, the music needs to be consistent. The music can't always be about prettiness, gun, shopping, scamming. The boy me can't talk about me good and me foot and me fat. The discussion needs to change. Jamaica, there one standpoint. We never see Jamaica at this before.
Never.
Jamaica's never been at this before.
It's true, we have to change it.
Jamaica's never been at this place before.
We have to change it.
I'm never say to you, entertainers.
Yes, talk to them.
If 50 and stand up, how much of the visa them can cancel? If 50 and stand up, if 20 and stand up, how much of them can cancel?
Cancel visa for rights and truths, that not gonna happen.
But my set is, they will
do it.
They have used their allies to silence people. You see me not plan to leave Jamaica. Me a stand right there, so if anybody thinks oh, me a go foreign. If them kill me, me keep me dead from my side. Me dead from my side.
You're covered now.
Because when, me a go say this, when should my blood ever spill in this country?
Wow.
Have a good day.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. The pirate Andre Stevens from Partner Draw TV has just spoken his piece, and words are well said. Thank you, Andre. The world listen as we come from Emancipation Park in regards to Danielle Rowe and all the other children and our citizens who has been murdered on a daily basis.
No weapon that is formed against me shall prosper. When tyranny is down, revolution becomes the order. Now, it was back at square one where they want us to be. I wasn't born to be captured, man, got to be free. Now, I never worry about the stress and the tension. I was born a singing sensation, forever singing praises to His Majesty. Now the evil that men do won't break me down. To the blessings and love of the Most I am rooted and ground. There is no care for the new world order, only the grace and the love of our Father. Judgment has come, justice will chant them down where they can't make a sound. It was there at square one where the people pray, where the walls and the hills and the mountains came tumbling down. Now the forces of evil are rush me, but their fraudulent minions can't touch me, because the conquering lion Tafari will mash them down, put them on the ground.